What's up, everyone? Fear Agent here. I'm talking Deceive Incorporated. You're here to listen to it, I hope. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button. Let's start the show. Alright, this game's pretty fun. I gotta say the graphic style isn't for everyone. I get that. It's a bit cartoony. I don't mind that kind of stuff. I've played things like WoW and enjoyed them. Grim Fandango comes to mind. We all love that game. I get it's not everyone's cup of tea though, so you get a pass if the graphics alone just aren't something you're willing to deal with. Now, beyond the graphics, the style of the game is like a spy versus spy, old Mad Magazine style, or like a 007 comic book. And you kind of go around these large areas figuring out where these key passes are, disguised as the NPCs that are around you. And you can kind of become an NPC at any moment just by getting close to them, or if you have the ability to kind of mute into them. Some characters have that. Speaking of skills, every character has their own individual skills that are unique to the class. There's 9 total per class. Some are passive, some aren't. Some are going to be on every build because they're better than others. It's just how it's going to be. Now, aside from the mastery classes, there's also going to be a big tree, I shouldn't say big, a relatively small tree of other skills that transfer over to every class when you do that. And by do that, I mean unlock it. Alright, after you unlock all of the skills for the characters, you're going to notice, hey, they lack a lot of content. At least all the content that I've noticed that isn't cosmetic is pretty much unlockable with in-game currency, so that's sweet. And you also get the randomized like loot boxes. They do have a store. It seems to have some like stuff specifically for the store. I'm not 100% on that. I should check. But I'm pretty sure they are pay only. None of them are going to make you win the game. It's all cosmetic. And they do have a battle pass that's coming soon, but no word on that yet. Into the meat and potatoes of this game, you're going to run around as a spy and you're going to disguise yourself as an NPC. That's great. And you're trying to unlock all these little keys to get to a vault, while other teams also do that. It's sort of an extraction game. In fact, by sort of, I mean it is. And coupled with that, you have like a very sneaky way of going about it. Here's where I find that it has a lot of trouble. The sneaky part of the game, brilliant. Loving it, but it is a slow pace. That's not going to be for everyone. And aside from the slow pace, the gunplay is less than desirable. I find myself not really enjoying the gunplay so much, which kind of sucks because when you get a huge game going on, a lot of people just start shooting NPCs and then it becomes a shootout and it's not really the highlight of the game. I think the game really takes off. I get that it's really slow at first. Once you get into that vault and you're extracting or you're chasing someone who's extracting, that shit is awesome. And I think that's its strong suit. The game knows it's its strong suit, but it doesn't really penalize people for playing Call of Duty style gameplay. I guess that's fine because you can play this game any way you want, but it also kind of isn't really what the game is all about, in my opinion. Now, another thing I'm going to point out, the NPCs in the game are actually pretty hilarious because they act sort of sporadically and you really can't tell a lot of times if it's an actual NPC or if it's a character disguised as an NPC, because I think, took that into account because, man, do they just start sprinting for no reason and acting sus as hell. The facial animations on them is fantastic, all the way to the eye movements and the eyebrow raises and stuff. Anyway, that's all I have. Play this game. It's only $20. But if you don't like some of the things that I said about the game, I get it. I've been Fear Agent. You've been great. Peace.